Welcome to Duluth, Minnesota and Bulldog Country. It's the visitors of St. Cloud State, ranked 12th in the country, against your Bulldogs, ranked 7th in the country on Super Senior Day here at Amsoil Arena. Glad you could join us here on My Nine Sports. Bulldogs and Huskies, they skated to a 1-1 tie yesterday. Rematch today. The Bulldogs get the extra point in the shootout yesterday. Let's thank our sponsors that make this always possible here on My Nine Sports, Essentia Health, and of course Kohler Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and Cadillac for all their support all season long. Bulldogs in their home whites, St. Cloud State in their away reds today with black trim. Let's look at our starting goaltenders before we get started. Sani Ahola gets the call for St. Cloud State. Sani Ahola out of Helsinki, Finland. So far this year, 8-9 on the start. And for the Bulldogs, we're going to go with Emma Soderberg. Soderberg on the call for the Bulldogs in the net. So Emma Soderberg for UMD, 5-7 out of Sweden. And of course, she has 8 shutouts on the season. And this year, a 1.53 goals against average. Here we go. Game 2. Bulldogs looking for the win on Senior Day, Super Senior Day. And right away, St. Cloud State gets the opening draw, and we are underway. Thanks for joining us in Bulldog Country here this afternoon. Bulldogs in their home whites. Right ahead, the starters for the Bulldogs: Clara Van Wieren, Gabby Hughes, Mary Kate O'Brien up front, also Maggie Flaherty and Ashton Bell. And as we mentioned, in the nets, Emma Soderberg for UMD, the graduate student for the Bulldogs. St. Cloud State out to neutral ice. They send it up ahead with it there for the Huskies is Vogt. And that goes into the corner as Vogt took that initial shot for them. Comes back out to neutral ice. Himlerova across the line, takes the shot, and just like that, Emma Soderberg has to come up with a couple of stops early in this game. Ashton Bell, the former Olympian, plays it up ahead to Hanley, who returned to the Bulldogs lineup just yesterday. Let's check out our keys to the game with the puck out of play. And for the Bulldogs, as our Kohler Chevy, as our Kohler keys to the game, pretty simple for the Bulldogs. Make Senior Day special. Make Senior Day special for the Bulldogs. We have to do that for UMD. 9 seniors today. And for St. Cloud State, repeat yesterday's performance. Now, they want a different result, of course, but they kept the game close. It was a 1-goal game. St. Cloud tied it late, went into overtime, and then into a shootout. And the Huskies had a great game plan for that. And if they do that again today, this should be a fantastic finish for them as well. They did change goaltenders as Jojo Chobak, the former Bulldog. Chobak was in the net yesterday, but now they have gone with a different goaltender, Sani Ahola, for St. Cloud. And that's been their game plan for Brian Adolski all season long, is changing goaltenders, splitting the goaltending duties all season long. Sani, a 5'7" junior for them. Another stoppage in play here, just underway. Glad you could join us here on My Nine Sports, wherever you are in St. Cloud or around the WCHA. Wherever you are in Bulldog Country, welcome. It's the Senior Day, the last home regular season game for the Bulldogs. Will be back in 2 weeks for the WCHA playoffs. That shot's knocked down, and again, goes up by the band. We should mention the band, by the way. Not only is the regular UMD band, they're joined by alumni. All told, that there's a good look at them. About 80 members for the band today. Fantastic turnout. They're sounding fantastic. Welcome to the alumni band as well here this afternoon. Sounding great. Ross, the WCHA Defender of the Week, plays it behind the net. There to her teammate Geyer. Geyer plays it up the boards, but not out. There's Hanley. Hanley takes the first shot, but that's knocked down and cleared out of there. The Bulldogs still do not have an official shot on net as of yet. Cornelius, drop pass, nobody home. Here come the Bulldogs the other way, quickly the other way for UMD. Katie Davis plays it into the corner, and then the Bulldogs are going to make a change. Alexis Beckett with us as well today. We'll hear from her later in this intermission, or later in this period. Our rinkside reporter. I'd like to thank Alexis Beckett for joining us. Comes out to Gabby Hughes, one of the seniors. Hughes across the lines, got Van Wieren with her. Again, some new line combinations today. When we get a second, I'll go over some of those for you today for the Bulldogs. Out of their own zone for the Huskies is Gentry. She had the goal, the only goal for the Huskies yesterday, late in the third period, to tie that game. Sent it in overtime, then eventually a shootout where Maggie Flaherty got the shootout goal for the Bulldogs to get that extra WCHA point. Brogy out to neutral line. O'Brien, Mary Kate. Mary Kate takes the shot. That's deflected, goes behind the net. And with it there for the Huskies is Geyer. Geyer sends it out of the zone, and there's Scribner. Scribner assisted on that lone goal yesterday for the Huskies. Himmlerovic takes a whack at it, goes into the Bulldog zone. Lind after it for St. Cloud State. Bulldogs come up with it. Nina Job Smith tries to get it out and does to Rogie, another one of the seniors. Linzer, another one. So an experience on this line. This line of Rogie, McMahon, and Linzer, a couple of seniors on that one. Lind gets to it. Held in, though, by Rogie. Rogie, high slot, try to get a pass over to Stewart. That's picked off, but then Stewart gets the puck back again. Back over for UMD to Furman. Furman plays it up ahead to Linzer. Linzer had that pass intercepted. Oh, and it goes right on net, and Ohola steers that into the corner. Just underway, Lind tried to clear it, held in by the Bulldogs. Baskin there at the line, now comes back out, and Furman has it for UMD about 3.5 into this game. Ross. Furman in the corner, leaves it off for Hanley. Hanley for the Bulldogs, one of the captains. Back out to Basket at the point. Basket takes a shot, that's deflected, never got through. Cornelius gets there first, and then cleared out of the way. 14-1 shots on that yesterday in the first period. St. Cloud has already doubled their offensive output of last night's game in the first period. Shots were 14-1. Here comes Hughes across the line. Hughes takes the shot again. That's deflected. That goes behind the net. Gentry picks it up for the Huskies quickly out of their own zone. They had their black, dark uniforms on. They go with the red ones today. For the Huskies, Mary Kate has it, ridden off the play by Gentry. Bulldogs get it out. Hughes. Up ahead. Back to Hughes. Give and go. Hughes had it. Couldn't get a shot away. Volk there has it. Hughes comes back to get it to Rogie. Rogie in the slot. Try to get a shot away. She goes down. Himmlerova comes up with a puck for St. Cloud State. St. Cloud State. The Huskies ranked 12th coming into this weekend. Bulldogs 7th. Two nationally ranked teams here on My Night Sports. Rogie across the line. Rogie. Himmlerova, or Ahola, that is, steers that in the corner. No whistles so far here as we get underway early on. 14:46 to go. Rogie to the red line, fires it in. Rogie got a little emotional this week at the press conference. 6 years here, been very special. These players and teammates, some of her dear friends that she's going to miss, and a little emotional there. That was at the press conference this week. Naomi Rogie, like the journey through the Bulldog program, and has accomplished so much, like so many of these seniors have. Bajari sends it out to neutral ice. Talk about the seniors as this game progresses. You'll hear from many of them in our In the House features or interviews with Alexis Beckett down rinkside. We'll have a lot of senior moments here today for you. Hanley's one of them. We'll hear from her at the end of the first period. Back after missing some of the action. Not a lot of penalties yesterday. 2 for the Bulldogs, 3 for the Huskies. Fairly clean game. Wolf plays it up ahead. Cornelius, that's almost picked off by Van Wieren. And then sent in. No, it's not. Now it is. 13:42 to go. Mary Kate gets the red line. Mary Kate across the blue line. Mary Kate drops it off. Nobody home. Here comes the Scribner and the Huskies. 2-on-2. Scribner. Nice play defensively by Flaherty to steer it into the corner. Lynn there for St. Cloud. That's going to go up in the air, knocked down by Mary Kate. Mary Kate O'Brien up to Flaherty. Flaherty leading the charge, the defender. That goes into the corner. She had the goal in the shootout yesterday to give the Bulldogs the extra point. Hughes with plenty of attention behind. She is Gabby now with 206 career points after her goal yesterday, her power play goal. She skates off. McMahon comes on for her. There's Mannion. Can't get a shot away. Flaherty takes that fake shot, and we have a stoppage, and the puck goes out of play, and I believe we will have a break in the action, and we do. No score, Bulldogs and Huskies. We'll come back with more action right after this. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on My 9 Sports. No score in the game yet, so there's still time to play the Hoops Brewing Gold Challenge. Who will score the first tonight for the Bulldogs? Text the player's name to 218-721-8880 for a chance to win a $25 gift card to Hoops Brewing in Canal Park. An official watch site for UMD Hockey. That's 721-8880 to win that gift card. Who will score first for the Bulldogs? There's a shot right there. That's knocked down on cue. Bulldogs almost get one there. Stewart drives it ahead, and there's Hanley, goes off her into the corner. Huskies clear it out. Now comes out to neutralize. With it there is Geyer. Geyer into the corner. Skated off the play there. And here comes Hanley. Hanley for the Bulldogs. Has Kraus with her. Picked off by the Huskies. Ross plays it up ahead. Comes back to Ross, but she can't get a shot away. She was with Borjari. Here come the Bulldogs. Hanley tries to get a pass. Linzer denied by Ahola. Linzer, one of the super seniors here for the Bulldogs, gets it back again. Shot. Oh, and that deflects off Ahola's glove and over the crossbar and hit the back of the plexiglass. Back over to Flaherty. The Bulldogs getting a couple close opportunities for UMD. Rogie leaves, picks it back up to Flaherty. Flaherty, she fires into the corner. The Bulldogs are going to complete a line change. Bulger back there for St. Cloud. Scribner had it, lost it. Now it's up ahead to McMahon. Mania McMahon. Up ahead to Mary Kate O'Brien. Mary Kate at the dot. Mary Kate with a shot. Ahola makes that save, and it goes into the corner. Flaherty there. Out of Van Wieren. Held in there by Bell and the Bulldogs. Bell, high slot. Fanned on that pass, but it goes to Hughes, and that shot deflects off a player and into the corner. St. Cloud State clears out to neutralize. Baskin up ahead. Van Wieren. Bulldogs offside here, so have to regroup. Huskies should be able to clear it. Wolf. Lind goes off her stick, comes back to Wolf. Nearly halfway through this first period, now 4-2 shots in that. So the Bulldogs have rattled off 4 consecutive shots against the Huskies. But we are still scoreless here in the opening period of play. Hughes for the Bulldogs. Scoreless after the first period yesterday as well when these two teams played. Lind across the line. Lind tried to get a pass away. There's a shot deflected, save made, rebound, Soderberg, another phenomenal stop by Emma Soderberg. Finally, the Bulldogs just chip it in. This will be icing on the Bulldogs. And with a stoppage in play, we'll take a break of the action. We got a chance to thank one of our sponsors here tonight for Bulldog Hockey.
Choose Ogston's Body and Paint when your car needs repairs.
Face off to the right of Emma Soderberg. You just saw her come up with 2 big stops. Shots are now even at 4 apiece. Both teams battling for it in the corner. Ross takes the shot. Soderberg make that save. Emma's had a fantastic season for the Bulldogs. That shot misses the net, and then falling down Cornelius. He still tried to get a shot away. Cornelius gets it back again. Flipped all the way out, back into the Husky zone. And back to get it for them. Behind their own net is Geyer. Outlet pass there to Nyland. And now Flaherty back there for UMD. Here comes Rogie. Rogie for the Bulldogs. Wink wide pass. Linzer had it, lost it. Bell is there. St. Cloud State in front of the Bulldog bench, and UMD comes away with it. Rogie to Linzer. Flaherty to the blue line. She'll flip it in and let the Bulldogs complete a line change there. Bulldogs will be back here in 2 weeks. WCHA playoffs. Best 2 out of 3. Opponent to be determined, but there's a possibility it could be these Huskies again in a couple of weeks. Still one more weekend to go. The Bulldogs go on the road. They'll take on Bemidji State next weekend in Bemidji. Meanwhile, these Huskies will be at home. They will take on Minnesota State. Those 2 teams are playing each other this weekend, same time as ours. We'll try and keep an update on the game, Bemidji State and Minnesota State, this afternoon. One game already completed. Ohio State shut out St. Thomas by a score of 5-0 today in WCHA play. The Buckeyes with a shutout win over the Tommies. Hanley with a shot that's deflected, goes behind the net, tries to get her own rebound. Back over to Stewart. Shot. Rebound. Goes wide by Mary Kate. Good opportunity. Bulldogs get it back again, but the puck's going to come out of the zone. The other matchup in the WCHA tonight is the Badgers and Gophers. Badgers and Gophers in WCHA play. That'll be later tonight. Comes Hanley across the line. Hanley drops it off. Shot. Deflected by Himlerova as Kraus tried to get a shot away, but Himlerova blocked that shot. 7:44 to go here in the opening period. Nyland across the line. Nyland tries to get a shot away. Can't. McMahon has it there. Tries to get it out of the zone, and McMahon over to Lowry, who was out there for the Bulldogs. Across the line, Linzer to Rogie. Rogie up the slot, tried to get a shot away, and then finally tipped away from her before she could get a shot away. Bell back to Flaherty, 7:08 to go. Flaherty across the line. She's had the puck on her stick a lot. Flaherty, her final senior game, goes down in the corner. Linzer there as well. Gentry to Cornelius. And then that one should be picked off by the Bulldogs, and it is. Bell. Bell's got Hughes, the WCHA Offensive Player of the Week. Just missed the mark. Van Wieren at the point. She works it down low. Gabby again gets it. Gabby behind the net. Gabby lost it to Gentry, and here comes Scribner and the Huskies out of their own zone. 6:30 to go. Back over to Stewart. Rink wide pass. Bulldogs should be able to get out of their own zone here. Van Wieren. 6:19 picked off. Himlerova to the net. Nobody there. Himlerova gets dumped afterwards. And Hanley comes up with it. We play on. Probably one of their better chances, but Himlerova couldn't get the shot off that she'd liked. Tipped away there by the Bulldogs' Taylor Anderson. That line of Bergen, Lowry, and Anderson, the fourth line there for UMD. Kraus at the dot. That shot deflects, goes behind the net. With it there for the Huskies is Green. Baskin. Kraus across the line. Kraus still has it. Right through the crease, but Davis couldn't get his stick on it. McMahon there. Nyland there as well. Wolf. Outlet pass. Linzer. And coming out of their own zone there is Bajari. Bajari flips it into the corner. Sends around the boards. And Rogie plays it up ahead. This one will be icing, I believe, on the Bulldogs. And it is. And with 5:07 to go, we are going to take a break and listen to one of our fine sponsors. I'd like to thank them for their support here on My 9 Sports.
Want to increase your brand awareness? Look no further than Soda Signs and Graphics.
If we get another whistle, we'll check in with Alexis Beck at ringside. Hopefully we can. Ross, high slot. Shot that deflects, goes wide. We're now 2 TV timeouts behind the play right now. For those counting at home. Rogie plays it inside. Volk, here comes Volk. Volk across the line, she goes down. We had a lot of whistles early, but not many since. Bell across the line. Bell has it for the Bulldogs. Bell on the wing. Nyland. Himlerova couldn't keep it on her stick. Here comes St. Cloud again and a shot. And Savar's shot is stopped by Soderberg. Break of the action. We'll take a break as well. When we come back, we'll hear from Alexis Beckett when we return. Bulldogs and Huskies scoreless in the first period.
Welcome back to number 7 UMD versus number 12 St. Cloud. Still a scoreless game so far here in the first period. Coming up at our intermission, we'll talk to Naomi Rogi, who has been a phenomenal player here for the Bulldogs this season, and we'll also get to hear post-period from Kylie Hanley, who the Bulldogs are just happy to have back after being out last week. Tom?
Thank you very much, Alexis. Yes, obviously Rogi, 6-year contributor to this program. Got emotional at the press conference when Alexis was there about the meaning that these teammates and friendships have been for her. But ultimately, she said hanging a banner would be the ultimate prize this year. This senior group has accomplished so much, and certainly a banner is what they're looking for. And hopefully they'll be able to do that. So with that, another break in the action with 3:44 to go. We'll hear from another of our fine sponsors here on UMD Women's Hockey.
We'd love to see you in downtown Duluth at Mainstream Fashions for Men.
And then Kylie Hanley, as Alexis Beckett had mentioned, has been out, missed a few games due to a lower body injury, but came back yesterday, and there was no, couldn't tell that. She played there she just wins another draw for UMD right there. They won 40 out of 28 face-off wins yesterday. Manny McMahon won 12 of those. There's Hanley right there on cue. Puck goes back. Wolf's got to get it back in her own zone. 3:24 to go. And we'll have icing, what gives us time to talk about UMD stores. So, folks, just a reminder, hey, hockey fans, UMD stores is the place to go for this Valentine's Day just around the corner. Surprise your sweetheart with gear from UMD stores. Conveniently located on the UMD campus or online, umdstores.com. Valentine's Day coming up, and I know I still have to get my bride one somehow, some way. Get to UMD stores before Tuesday. I got to do that. The latest and greatest from UMD stores. Just go online. I guess you can do that at umdstores.com. Nyland. Van Weeren with a shot. That deflects, goes into the corner. There's Wolf and Hughes battling in the corner, 2:50 to go. And we're going to have our first penalty of the game here. It's going to be on the Bulldogs for tripping. Ahola's going to go to the bench. Sonny Ahola to the bench. And just like that, we are going to take a look at the power play for St. Cloud State. Tripping will be the call. And with that, I believe we have a break. We have a break in the action. And we're going to take a break as well. We'll be back with the Huskies power play right after this. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on My Night Sports. It's Claire Van Weeren in the penalty box for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs penalty kill at 87%. Power play for St. Cloud State's at 22% coming into the weekend. Shots are 7-4 in favor of the Huskies at this point. Wolf takes the shot. Soderberg the save and holds on, no rebound, which was good because there was a couple of Huskies there. As you look at the percentages here for the Bulldogs and the Huskies coming into the weekend. Again, one more weekend in the regular season for these teams. And then it's postseason time. Face off to the left of Emma Soderberg. 93% save percentage this year. 16-8-2 is her overall record. Gentry taking the draw. Gabby Hughes for UMD. Hughes, the hockey humanitarian nominee a year ago and again this year for what she does for mental health awareness and raising resources for that. What Gabby does off the ice, certainly phenomenal. Also a Patty Kazmaier Player of the Year finalist a year ago, and she's a wonderful hockey player and what she does on campus and in the community. Hopefully more honors and recognition for her yet to come this year. Bulldogs have already killed 40 seconds of this. So far, so good. Ross plays it up ahead, and this could very well, they say it was deflected, so no icing. Job Smith there. She's pinned up against the boards. And UMD clears once again. 1:42 to go in the period, 1:06 to go in the penalty. Huskies Right to the net. Rajari tried to jam it home there, but Soderberg said, nope, not today, and the puck goes into the corner. Nyland back to Ross at the point. Ross swings it back on over. There's a shot, high and wide there. Shot taken by the Huskies, but Ross keeps it in the zone. Shot was taken by Bulger. Bulger gets it back again. Bulger, top of the circle, shot deflected. Scribner gets to the rebound.
1 minute remains in the first period. 1 minute.
Clara Van Weeren will come out in 20 seconds. Less than a minute to go in the period. And the UMD Pep Band is huge today. The alumni band joining them today along with the regulars. Fantastic. Sounding great. Here comes Hughes. 37 seconds to go. Bulldogs have killed it off. 30 seconds. Good penalty kill for the Bulldogs. See if they can capitalize. Get some momentum here in the second period off that. Huskies dump it in. Bell goes back to get it for UMD. 18 seconds to go. One last rush here this period. Rink wide pass was knocked down, but it goes right in front of Hughes. Just 10 seconds now, and fired in by the Bulldogs. That should do it. Ohola stops it behind the net. 3-2-1 shots, 8-4 in favor of St. Cloud. But we are scoreless. So no score in the first period. Shots 8-4. Yesterday was 14-1 Bulldogs. Actually, 18-1. Sorry about that. There's a look at the score. No goals after the first 20 minutes. We'll take a break. Alexis Beckett with an interview when we come back with the Bulldogs. Kylie Hanley on the Super One Foods intermission report. When we come back, no score, Bulldogs and Huskies on My Nine Sports. Welcome back to Amsoil Arena. First period in the books, no score, Huskies and Bulldogs. Rinkside, our Alexis Beckett, joined by Kylie Hanley, captain of the Bulldogs, who's missed a few games, but certainly can't tell now. Alexis?
Hey, Kylie, how are you doing today? You missed a couple of games last week. How does it feel to be back on the ice today and yesterday?
It's awesome. I love being out here with the girls, especially this weekend. It's super special. We're just hoping to get it done today here.
Absolutely. Now, yesterday was your 10th overtime game this season, and it looks like it's going to be another battle today. What do you think is one of the major keys to make sure you guys can get it done in regulation this time?
I think coming up in these next couple periods, we just need to shoot the puck a little bit more. We only had 4 shots there. So I think we need to test the goalie, keep it simple, stick to our good habits, and hopefully we can put a couple away.
And obviously it's senior day today. You are one of the 9 being celebrated. When you woke up this morning, what were kind of the emotions you were going through today?
Just what a ride it's been. I think it's a super emotional day for all of us, but we let it motivate us in a positive way. We're just really excited and ready for the rest of the season.
And out of the 9 seniors, you've contributed just as much as anybody else. What does it mean through the individual accolades, the team accolades, to know that your name gets to be etched in Bulldogs history?
I think just as a class as a whole, it's super cool. There's 9 of us. We've all been here for 5 years. I think it's super fun, and we get to leave a legacy here.
All right, thank you so much, and good luck the rest of the game.
Thank you so much.
There you have it, Tom. Another special player here at UMD, just looking to make sure they get this one done on their senior day.
Thank you very much, Alexis. And you're right. And not only did you mention it, but Kylie mentioned a special senior day and a special day for the Bulldogs, no question about it. Some work to be done yet. Offensively, the Bulldogs, as Kylie mentioned, they'd like to get some more offense, more shots on net, those types of things. Defensively, they did what they had to do, right? Shutting out St. Cloud State for that 20 minutes of play there in the opening period of play. But again, still 40 minutes left to go. When we come back, we're going to hear more from Naomi Rogie, another special super senior for UMD. And Alexis will tell us more about that. But she had now, in games played for UMD, 161 games played for Naomi Rogie, second all-time in a Bulldog jersey. She has 108 points for the Bulldogs, and we'll have more on our Super One Foods intermission report when we come back. Alexis Beckett will have more on Naomi Rogie. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on My Nine Sports.
Welcome back to our first intermission report. Naomi Rogie on her 6th season as a Bulldog. As Tom mentioned earlier, she has now been tied for 2nd of most games played. And earlier this season, she talked with our own Alexis Bass about her decision to go ahead, extend her career here, and play that 6th year.
So Naomi, you're back for your 6th year. I'm sure you've probably referred to yourself as this being your grandma season, but I know your best season yet to come, hopefully. Yeah. What went into that decision-making process for you?
It was a no-brainer, honestly. The second coach asked me, I said yes, didn't even talk to my parents. I called them. I was like, hey, I'm coming back for another year. It just worked out for school-wise. I already knew that the Frozen Four was going to be back in Duluth, and that's a dream come true, right? You want to win, you want to be here, and you want to play as much as you can. And why rush life when you're able to live out your dream and with all your best friends at the same time?
Yeah, you said it best. And the Frozen Four being here, I know that has been a major motivating factor as to why you guys see women coming back on your team. What was that talk like when you guys finished, just a couple months ago is what it feels like?
Yeah, it was hard because, we got so close and we wanted to win. And so when it's coming back here, it seems kind of like a Cinderella story, but we don't think too far ahead. We're just trying to focus on the game that's at hand. And we know our goals at the end, and we know what we did in the off season is going to pay off when it comes time.
And talk about payoff. I mean, you do. The benefits that you guys, fingers crossed, will reap with having so many veterans back on this team. What did you guys kind of all make that decision together as individual? What was the process of that?
It was definitely individual because everyone is on a different timeline when it comes to school and what their goals are in life. Like Anna Klein, who knew what she was going to do because she was in med school, and thank God she came back. But there's all those different factors that are put into it. But definitely when people found out and made a decision, we were always so excited for them.
And for you, I know you probably learned that early on back in 1920 when you had your knee injury. How has that really shifted your mindset and your perspective?
Yeah, that was a hard year. Absolutely. Watching the first game from the stands was really hard to wrap my head around. But that made the decision so much easier to come back is because I saw what life was like outside and I didn't want that quite yet. And I was just able to think about where I am at now and what hardships did I make it through and how better of a person I am because of that situation. And I made so many more connections with people on the deeper level when it came to that because there are emotional ups and downs and there are physical ups and downs, and it was just so nice to be able to have the team around me.
And I want you to bring me to a place when you're going to be playing the national championship. What is that going to look like for you? Go ahead and take me through that.
I'd have my whole family in the stands because they obviously will know it's going to be the last game of college hockey. When you're able to know that's going to be your last, you can put so much more into it and have so much more heart. And then just looking to the next to me when we're getting ready as a team and realizing like that all the work we put into during the season and our goals and everything and our dreams are coming to fruition and they're coming true, and we get to step out on the ice together and look up and still see the Bulldog banners hanging up, to still see our logo in the ice. I think that just gives me chills, and to think about that, and I don't know, it's just so hard to put into words because there's something special that's happening in that locker room, and so much credit to our coaches for putting together such a well-knit team that doesn't matter who's on the ice, all of us are having fun, all of us are smiling, and all of us want to win.
So the ultimate dog pile.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Well, thank you, Naomi. Good luck this season, and I'm sure we'll be seeing you around.
Inside the House is brought to you by Bullion RV.
And Naomi has been making the most of every single second. Like Tom mentioned earlier this week in the press conference, she got emotional and teared up a little bit as she reflected on what this team means to her. We'll get to see more of these seniors as they play against St. Cloud State coming up after the break.
Checking out game stats after one period of play here at Amsoil Arena. No goals, of course. Scoreless after one period of play. 8-4 shots on net in favor of St. Cloud. Face-off wins dead even at 6 each. One power play for the Huskies. They could not convert. Penalty minutes, one penalty for the Bulldogs for a total of 2 minutes. Bulldogs had 15 shots attempted. 7 of those were blocked by the defense, by the Huskies. 4 off target, 4 on target, 4 saves made by Ahola. And for the Huskies, 11 shots attempted, just 1 blocked by the defense, 2 off target, 8 saves made by Amsoil. Here we go, second period action. We'll switch sides. Some action there. Soderberg with a save as we check out some of the first period highlights. It was the goaltenders that were busy, both doing a great job. Ahola for St. Cloud State, Soderberg for the Bulldogs. Emma has 49 wins, looking for 50 here today. Another save there by Emma Soderberg. Good thing there was no rebound there. She had some pressure right around her. Second period, goaltender switch sides. Huskies from our right to our left, Bulldogs from our left to right. We are underway. Second period action. Bulldogs and Huskies here in Bulldog Country. Thanks for joining us. WCHA play on Super Senior Day. You heard Alexis Beckett talking with Kylie Hanley there. An emotional day, but they're keeping it in check right now. Afterwards, certainly will be an emotional ceremony afterwards with 9 seniors in this program. Been around for a while. Picked off there by Gentry. Gentry had a goal yesterday. Will she get one here? Just missed the mark. Geyer takes a shot. That's deflected a couple times, goes behind and into the corner. Just underway, second period. Mary Kate O'Brien. So the Bulldog line combinations today: Van Weerd, Hughes, O'Brien, Linzer, McMahon, Rogie, Davis, Hanley, Kraus, Anderson, Bergen, Lowry. And those are changed from yesterday as head coach Maura Kroll in her 8th year. Changing things up here for today. Trying to get some more offense. Flaherty and Bell on defense. Stewart and Smith. Job Smith, that is. Henderson and Furman. Shot there. Emma makes that save. Shot taken there by Savar. Same goaltender, Emma Soderberg for the Bulldogs last night as today, but the Huskies changed. They had JoJo Chobak yesterday. Made a career high in a Husky uniform of 43 saves. Linzer across the Husky line into the corner. Bolger behind the net. Bolger picked off. Davis couldn't get a handle on it though, and now the Huskies have it. Bulldogs will be back here in 2 weeks, and it could very likely be against these same Huskies. Other matchups, 1 weekend to go, points-wise, to see what the matchups will be. Minnesota State and Bemidji State playing right now. There's no score in that second period in that game, in that one. So it'll either be Minnesota State or St. Cloud back here in 2 weeks. Kraus into the Husky zone. One other game already completed today. Ohio State knocking off St. Thomas 5-0 at WCHA play. And it looks like we have icing, and with that, a break in the action. We're going to take a break here from our fine sponsors here on My Nine Sports.
Choose Ogston's Body and Paint when your car needs repairs.
So the 102nd meeting between these two teams. UMD leads the overall series, 78 wins, 14 losses, 9 ties. Bulldogs have not lost to them this year. They beat them 2-0 and 5-1 in St. Cloud. Tied yesterday 1-1. Their last 11, the Bulldogs are 9-0-2 against St. Cloud State. This Husky team, though, this last weekend beat Wisconsin in front of 14,000 fans in Madison. They're ranked 12th in the country this week. So 2 nationally ranked teams here. Huskies 12th, Bulldogs 7th coming into the weekend. Tip. Gabby Hughes almost got the first tally. Almost a Gabby goal there. Tipped right in front. Hola makes that save. I thought Gabby even had it. Some of the fans started to celebrate as well. Gabby on her career, 206 points, 80 goals. She had one yesterday. Power play goal for the Bulldogs yesterday. She's done some phenomenal things for the Bulldogs. She's now 5th all-time in Bulldog scoring. Tip by Flaherty shot. That goes into the corner. Gentry there for the Huskies. As mentioned, in Wisconsin and Minnesota finish off that Minnesota and Wisconsin playing tonight in WCHA play as well. And then just 1 weekend of play left next weekend. Bulldogs will be at Bemidji. Job Smith. Nice shot from her from neutral ice that Hola had to make a save on. Lind picked off by Hanley. Heard from Kylie there. She's glad to be back in a Bulldog jersey. So Alexis talked to her. Great interview there. The first period. Kylie coming into this game, 14 points this year. For her career, 53. This is 151 games now played for Kylie Hanley, who Alexis talked to after the first period. One of the Bulldog captains. Kraus gets it for UMD. Outlet pass, Davis. Davis going to chip it into the corner, and Bulldogs are going to make a change. Except Job Smith gets down there quickly. There's Gabby. We get a Gabby goal today on senior day. 15.5 to go here in period one. Gabby with a shot. Ahola makes that save. She is so good at not only getting to the puck, creating an opportunity, but then finishing with a shot. But fantastic opportunity. Another look at it on the steal and almost score there by Gabby Hughes. One of the better offensive plays the Bulldogs had right there. But Ahola did not give a rebound. Gabby stays out there. Face-offs were even at 6-6. They win this one. Van Wieren tries to go backdoor to Flaherty. Flaherty, Hughes. Deflects off Wolf, doesn't go anywhere, and Huskies will be able to clear it. Kimarova's going to leave it there. Let Bolger play it. Bolger plays it in the Bulldog zone. Van Wieren for the Bulldogs. Flaherty, Hughes. Linked wide pass, trying to get it to Van Wieren. Picked off momentarily by Hall, but now Bell goes back to get it for UMD, the former Canadian Olympic gold medalist. Hughes across the line. Hughes tipped in front by Van Wieren, and Ahola makes the save. I think that was Linzer that was coming backdoor and almost had an opportunity as well. And that's a very close play there for the Bulldogs. Puck goes into the corner. Man. Inside 15 minutes to go here in the second period of play. Still no score. Job Smith with a shot. That deflects, goes into the corner. McMahon. Job Smith. Picked off by the Huskies and cleared out of their own zone. Cornelius has it wide. Cornelius for St. Cloud in the Bulldog zone. Bulldogs the other way quickly. That'll be now a Husky puck. Wolf. The red line. She'll dump it in. Job Smith there, though, for UMD. 14 minutes to go here in the second period of play. Drogi. High and down the ice. Kraus couldn't come up with it. Played with a hand pass there is what the call is with 13:50 to go. Break in the action. We'll take a break as well, I believe. And yes, break of the action, and both goalies go to the bench. We'll be back right after this. Bulldogs and Huskies scoreless. Back after this on My Nine Sports. Hoops Brewing, a place to be before, during, or after UMD men's and women's hockey games here at Amsoil Arena. Go enjoy some of the area's best locally crafted beer, plenty of space, tons of games for adults and for kids. Check out Hoops Brewing, an official watch site of UMD hockey. I'd like to thank all our sponsors, and we're going to have a penalty here, I believe, on the Huskies. Happened right in front of Alexis Beckett. Hopefully everybody's all right there. It's McMahon that's going to gently go into the box, or into the body checking on Gentry. McMahon seems to be okay. Take another look at it. So Gentry's to the box for body checking. I think McMahon's okay. Keep an eye if she's going to come back. I don't know if they're going to look for more, but Bell came out to talk to the officials. She's one of the captains. You look at Gentry in the penalty box there for St. Cloud. Emma Gentry out of Michigan, 20 points this year, 50 for her career. Yeah, Mark Kroll, I think wants, I don't know if the boards were involved in that one or not. I know we didn't get the greatest look at it there. Yeah, it was away from the boards. It looked like she got the shoulder, so I can understand why it's a 2-minute minor. But it did look rather awkward in live. Just a 2-minute minor for Gentry. And it'll be a face-off to the right of Ahola. So a power play now. Power play for St. Cloud State, or for the Bulldogs, I should say. Bulldogs power play at 24%. Penalty kill for the Huskies at 88% coming into the weekend. Rogie to Bell. Bell, Van Wieren, Flaherty, Rogie. Does it go in? No, it went behind the net. Rogie tried to slide it inside Ahola and the post, but it went behind the net. 90 seconds to go in the power play. Flaherty up ahead to Van Wieren. Doesn't connect. Geyer there first, but Van Wieren does get to it. Gabby. Flaherty moves in. There's Gabby. That hit upstairs by the shoulder pads and helmet there, and Ahola and clears it, and defenders cleared all the way down. Shots now 11-9 in favor of the Bulldogs. Here comes Hanley. Hanley across the line. Leaves it for Kraus. Kraus along the boards there to McMahon. Good to see McMahon out there. She's the one that took the hit. That created this power play opportunity. Good to see her back out there. Hanley. Baskin back to Hanley. Down low. Back door. Job Smith was there but couldn't get the shot off that she'd wanted to, and it went wide. You could see that she had that backdoor opportunity. Kraus, and then St. Cloud sends it all the way down. Golden chance there for Job Smith. Nina Job Smith for the Bulldogs, 22 points this year. 34 for her career, and almost had one there. Rogie across the line. Naomi. Bulldogs are making a change. Bell. Van Wieren. Flaherty. Hughes back on top. Oh, and Flaherty couldn't get to it, and now Gentry's out of the box, and they've killed off that penalty. Couple chances for the Bulldogs, couldn't capitalize. We're still scoreless here in Duluth, Minnesota. Van Wieren across the line. It's knocked down, goes into the corner. Rogie hustling after it, her 6-year senior for the Bulldogs. Shot tipped. They had Ahola going in one way, the puck went the other, but the puck went wide. Job Smith. Stewart. Stewart in front, tipped. St. Cloud will clear it out of trouble and sends it out to neutral ice. 11:03 to go in the second period. Davis. Mary Kate O'Brien. Shot, knocked down, goes into the corner. Head coach Maura Kroll and Rogie had high praise for Mary Kate and her work ethic, and they can play her just about anywhere. Stewart with a shot. That deflects high and into the corner. Did not go into the netting. So Mary Kate, 4 points on the year, and due to some injuries, and actually one of them was Hanley, they were kind of putting different players in different positions, and really happy with Mary Kate. There's a shot. Linzer's shot deflected in the corner. Anderson there for the Bulldogs behind the cage. Now pinned up in the boards is Linzer. Coming away with goal of the Huskies. And that is Nyland. And the Huskies get in back out. Wolf plays it up ahead. Almost halfway through this second period. Furman back there for UMD. Katie Davis, that is. Katie Davis trying to get through the traffic, couldn't do so. McMahon, Kraus. Kraus going to play it in, and the Bulldogs going to make a line change. Bulldogs back here in 2 weeks for the WCHA playoffs. Best 2 out of 3. Flaherty. It's tied up with Green there. Wolf with a shot. That one misses the net. Bulger should be able to hold it in, and does. Savar down in the corner. Savar. Bulger. Flaherty rings around the boards there to Davis. Davis goes around the defender, Wolf, and then decides to put the brakes on and make a line change. 9:02 to go. Himlerova. That's knocked down by Rogie. Gabby. Can we get a Gabby goal today on Senior Day? Fans would certainly like to see one. Comes St. Cloud the other way. Berjari couldn't keep it on her stick, but now does, but picked off there by Hughes. Hughes off the wall. O'Brien there for the Bulldogs. Mary Kate. O'Brien across the line. Van Wieren to Job Smith. Job Smith with a shot. Hit traffic. Bounces around. Loose puck. There's Gabby trying to get it off the wall. 8:23 to go. Nyland behind her own net. Mary Kate trying to intercept it there. Stewart does. Offsides is the call, and I believe we'll have a break in the action, and we do. No score. Bulldogs and Huskies, stay tuned. Much more ahead. You're watching Bulldog Women's Hockey on My 9 Sports.
Welcome back to Game 2 of UMD versus St. Cloud State. Still a scoreless game so far, but coming up at our intermission, we'll hear from Gabby Hughes, one of the most decorated players in Bulldogs program history, and we'll also talk to Ashton Bell. Tom?
Yeah, two outstanding, not only players, Alexis, but just people for what they do on the ice, away from the game. So much talent, as you just mentioned. Gabby Hughes, 206 points. 80 goals now after yesterday. Ashton Bell, an Olympic gold medal with Canada, 27 points this year, 113 for her career, 157th game for Ashton, 158 for Gabby. So two players, as you look at the bench there for the Bulldogs, that have contributed so much over the years. 9 seniors will be recognized after the game today, and those are two of the ones that have certainly made a difference. Gabby, of course, up for several different awards. Gabby with a shot. Does it go in? No. Cleared away by the Huskies at the last second. We almost got a Gabby goal on senior day. Bell with a shot. Maybe that was just it. Alexis fired him up. Almost got a couple goals there from Ashton and Gabby there on cue. Himlarova across the line. Here comes Bell. Special day for her as well. Ahola sends it over the other way, away from Bell. Here comes Ross, the WCHA Defender of the Week. Picked off by who else? Bell. Seems like either Bell or Gabby's had the puck since Alexis mentioned their names. We'll hear more from them, as she mentioned, coming up in the intermission. Two very special players. Hanley didn't know where that one went up in the air. Kraus. Davis. Kraus back to the point. Stewart at the dot. Stewart down below. Stewart still with the puck. There, trying to get a shot away. It was Rogie. She put her head up, and when she did that, she lost the puck on her stick. There's a shot. Soderberg, first save. The rebound by Scribner was drilled just wide. Otherwise, it's 1-0 Huskies. Soderberg with a great stop, but the rebound went right to Scribner, who one-timed it wide. Thankfully for Bulldog fans. Otherwise, this could easily be a 1-0 game. Huskies there. Job Smith. Not a lot of shots either. 13-10 combined. We're nearly through 2 periods of play. Great defensive battle by both teams. Job Smith through the crease, nobody home. Just looking for a bounce or a ricochet at this point. Anything to get past the goalies. McMahon across the line, she'll dump it in. Ross back there for the Huskies the opposite way. And that's Baskin. Had a Baskin for the Bulldogs. Baskin is tied up along the boards. Pujari. And then coming way out is Emma Soderberg. And there's a break of the action. And with that break, we will also take a break. We'll step aside here from our fine sponsors here on My 9 Sports.
Want to increase your brand awareness? Look no further than Soda Signs and Graphics.
It's a good look there at the Bulldogs number 20, Brianna Furman. Furman for the Bulldogs, looking for her first goal. Maybe that can come today for Brianna. Brianna with 4 assists, though, in her Bulldog career. Flaherty, Van Wieren. Here comes Gabby. Gabby has it wide. Gabby Hughes. Gabby. That pass was knocked down by the Huskies. Dyer got a piece of that one. Davis works hard in the corner trying to get it back. Gabby back to the point to Bell. Bell with a shot. Tipped. Missed the net. Tip was just wide. 5:10 to go. Puck goes deep into the corner, and Huskies should be able to clear it here. Dyer behind her own net. Well, I say should. Where is it? Ross goes back to get it. Bulldogs hold it in. Nice job. Bergen. Danielle Bergen. Bergen camped out in front. See if she can get a tip. Kraus. Back to Stewart. Back to Kraus. Bergen with a shot. That's knocked down. Lind has it for St. Cloud and sends it out of the zone. Inside 5 minutes. Wow, Soderberg bouncing puck and makes the save. And we may have a penalty. We'll find out after we take this break. There's a break in the action, and we may have a Bulldog power play when we come back. Scoreless, Bulldogs and Huskies on My 9 Sports. Hey, Bulldog fans, UMD Stores, the place to go. Candy and flowers are nice, but you'll be a real champ when you give Bulldog gear to your sweetheart this Valentine's Day. Visit UMD Stores on campus or online anytime. UMDstores.com. I think everyone in that shot has been to UMD Stores, I think. Look at all the Bulldog gear there the Bulldog band has. Great place to do your Valentine's Day shopping. Quickly coming up. 2-minute penalty indeed is the penalty. Ross for unsportsmanlike conduct. 2-minute minor for the Huskies. Bulldogs in the power play. Van Wieren. Flaherty. Shots knocked down. Bulldogs power play at 24% coming into the weekend. Penalty kill at 88% for the Huskies. Flaherty. Gabby from her knees. Gets a pass away. Go Bulldogs! Captain Bell! Bell! Ring the bell! Ashton Bell, ring the bell! Wow! Power play goal for the Bulldogs. Hughes with another assist. Take another look at it. She was down on her knees. She got a phenomenal feed, and just like that, the Bulldogs lead 1-0. Hughes on her knees, gets the feed, and then boom, Bell there just to redirect it, and the Bulldogs have a 1-0 lead. Ashton Bell for the Bulldogs, her 11th goal of the year, 42nd of her career. The Bulldogs lead at 1-0.
Goal of the season and 42nd of her career, number 26, Ashton Bell. She got an assist from number 9, Naomi Rogie, and number 17, Gabby Hughes. That's Bell from Rogie and Hughes. That power play goal coming at 15:52.
13:52 time of that power play goal. Break in the action. We'll take a break. We'll hear from one of our fine sponsors right after this.
We'd love to see you in downtown Duluth at Mainstream Fashions for Men.
Gabby Hughes continuing to climb the charts all-time for scoring leaders for the Bulldogs. She is now 5th all-time, all by herself, 207 points for the Bulldogs. 5th all-time in Bulldog hockey history, another icing with 3:33 to go. But what Gabby has done is simply phenomenal for the Bulldogs. Now in 158 games played, 207 points for the Bulldogs. And again, the senior captains, Gabby Hughes with an assist, Bell, the captain, with the goal, Naomi Rogie, she got in with an assist. All senior scoring on that line on Senior Day. How appropriate. The Bell goal from Rogie and Hughes, all seniors on the power play. And actually Emma, not saying created it, but the penalty started when the player came into, when the Bulldogs, one of the players, after Emma had made a save, the other side. O'Brien knocks it in. 2:52 to go. And sent all the way down. Hughes. Flaherty. Picked off Scribner. Scribner for St. Cloud. And then Emma Soderberg holds on with 2:30 to go here in the second period of play. A power play goal again from Bell, Hughes, and Rogie on the assists. 9 seniors and 3 of them involved right there on that goal. Let's look at the Bulldog bench. Hannah Baskin, 9 points this year for Hannah. There's Bell next to her, the goal scorer. 2:27 to go. Bouncing puck behind the net. Linzer there for UMD. We'll hear from Ashton coming up after the second intermission as Alexis Beckett will talk to her. McMahon, rebound. Does it go in? Is that Rogie going hard to the net? Yes, it is Rogie hard to the net. Ahola makes that save. 16-11 shots on net. One has found the back of the net on a redirect by Ashton Bell on a Rogie pass. But it was from her knees, Gabby Hughes to Naomi Rogie, and then to Ashton in the net. Ahola makes that save, holds on. There'll be a face-off in the Husky zone with 1:46 to go. The Bulldogs in their last 11 games against the Huskies, 9-0-2. Here's a look at the seniors. Blanka Shukadova, Naomi Rogie, Annika Linzer. There you can see Emma Soderberg, Maggie Flaherty, Taylor Anderson, Gabby Hughes, Emma Soderberg, Ashton Bell, Kylie Hanley, the 9 seniors. Puck goes behind the net. He'll be honored following the game. Bulldogs, hopefully it's a win. Bulldogs had a 1-0 lead yesterday in a Gabby Hughes power play goal, but the Huskies rallied in the third period to tie it, send it in overtime, and eventually a shootout. And Maggie Flaherty got the shootout goal for the Bulldogs and the all-important extra WCHA point. Lynn flips it into the corner. There's Flaherty, who had the shootout goal yesterday, leaves it off for Bell. To O'Brien. The senior group pretty special. They've gone to back-to-back Frozen Fours, and the women's Frozen Four went to the title game a year ago. We'd like to get to that again this year, of course, held in Duluth, Minnesota, March 17th through the 19th. Right here in Amsoil, get to showcase this with women's hockey. Van Weir's shots knocked down, goes into the corner. If not, mark your calendars, March 17th and 19th, the women's Frozen Four, back here in Duluth, Minnesota. Bulldogs certainly would like to be there, but a lot of hockey, playoff hockey, to be played before then. Bulldogs send it into the corner. Bulldogs currently ranked 7th in the country. These Huskies 12th. Maura Kroll with 146 wins, closing in on 150 herself. Very proud, she said, of this group and what they've accomplished, especially over the years here with the Bulldog jersey on. That one hit the side of the net there. Of course, back-to-back Frozen Four appearances. Said this is a very special group. They've accomplished so much, she said at the press conference this week, and certainly proud as the second period comes to an end. And with that, break in the action. We'll take a break as well. That's Hughes to Rogie to Bell. She rings the bell. 1-0 Bulldogs after 2 periods of play. Back with Alexis Beckett in an interview right after this on My 9 Sports. Welcome back to Amsoil Arena. Bulldogs lead at 1-0 thanks to a goal from Ashton Bell for the Bulldogs. Our Alexis Beckett downstairs with the captain and the goal scorer. Alexis?
A 1-0 lead here going into this third period. What do you think has worked well for you guys as you guys adjusted in that second period?
I think just getting pucks deep and using our speed and our strengths and just outworking them all over the ice and making sure that we're above our check there. We had a slow start there, but I think we came out good in the second and got pucks in behind them and got to work.
And you're one of the most experienced players on this team. As you guys are wrapping up this regular season play and inching towards postseason, what has kind of been some of the advice you're giving the younger players?
Just taking it game by game, not looking too far ahead, just staying in the moment, staying where our feet are, and just, taking it game by game and enjoying every moment that we have together. So.
Absolutely. Now, you have been one of the biggest contributors. You're part of this super special senior class as we celebrate you guys here at Senior Day. Now, like I said, the accolades are through the roof. What about this Bulldog program has allowed you to excel at every level?
Yeah, I think obviously this class, there's a lot of experience. We've been through it all together, and we're just excited about this year, this team that we have here, and going forward, we know we have big things in store for us, but again, just taking it game by game and staying in the moment.
All right, thank you so much, Ashton. Good luck. There you have it, Tom. Another one of your super special seniors here, just looking to make sure they close this one and make sure they can celebrate happy with a win for the Senior Day.
Alexis, thank you very much, and you're exactly right. Take care of business today. and then worry about things later down the road. But again, that's the mindset of this team. Take care of the game today, the business at hand, and then think about the future when that becomes. So they still have one more regular season weekend to go. They go to Bemidji next weekend. They'll be back here in 2 weeks for postseason play. And the Bulldogs, of course, the ultimate goal, want to be back here when the Frozen Four begins March 17th, and that's certainly the end goal they'd like to finish that season with. But that Ashton Bell goal, her 42nd of her career, and that was a huge one for UMD, but still another 20 minutes to go. They led at this point yesterday 1-0 against St. Cloud. St. Cloud rallied in the third period. Coming up, we're going to hear more about Gabby Hughes and what she's done for the Bulldogs over the years. So much that she has done in a Bulldog uniform and not in a Bulldog uniform as well. She now has Gabby Hughes, 5th all-time leading scorer for the Bulldogs, now with 158 points. We'll be back with more in the in-the-house feature on Super One Foods Intermission Report. You're watching Bulldog Women's Hockey on My 9 Sports.
To our second intermission report, Captain Gabby Hughes has continued to be a model example of a student athlete. On the assist on the goal in the second period put her at 5th in all-time career points in this UMD program history. And she also does so many things off the ice, like Sophie Squad. She sat down with our Alexis Bass to talk about that very legacy that she continues to build here.
All right, Gabby, you're back at your 5th year, but this time you have a C on your jersey. So can you just talk about what that means to you?
Yeah, it's definitely an honor just to follow up all the captains and leaders that we've had in the past through the UMD program. To be able to follow up and follow in on their legacy is just such an honor, and to be labeled as such a leader for the team, I'm super excited and very blessed.
And you talk about your legacy. How do you want to write that this year? I mean, your legacy has been extremely rich the last several years here, but this being your last go-around, talk about what you want that to look like.
Yeah, I just, a little personal legacy I'd like to leave is just everyone to give it their all every second that they have and not leave anything left behind and not take any moment for granted. I think that's super important because it really flies by. I don't feel like I'm a 5th year, but it really does go by really fast. So just trying to teach and leave that legacy that everyone soak up every moment you get, but also the legacy that we're such an eager group to win a national championship and for no one to ever lose that in the Bulldog name.
You also have several players coming back due to COVID years, those sort of things. So talk about the benefits of having those veteran players back on the roster.
Yeah, it's huge. We got Ashton Bell back. Obviously, having her back after winning a gold medal is huge, and just to have her in the locker room again is awesome. She's such a great leader and a very close friend to all of the girls on the team. So having her back in the locker room and the ice is going to be huge. But just all the girls that we get to have back for one more year in my class and Ashton's class with Naomi Rogi, I think is such a great thing to have, is all that experience, and we can really guide those younger girls and build them up and get them ready for seasons to come after us. And I think that's just super important for us, but also for the younger girls to grow.
And I want to go back really quick talking about your legacy. I know that you carry a lot of humility with you, and that makes some of the players the best players. But for you, as you've broken those records, the accolades, you continue to rank so high up in those stats for UMD. Do you have visions and dreams, goals that you want to break and set going into the season?
I think that would be a huge, huge honor if I could get some of those numbers. But this year, my 5th year, I think my main focus is just to soak up every moment I have. One last year with my best friends and with the girls that I love, I think is just my main focus. And if that stuff comes, they will. But really focused on just soaking up every single second, minute I have left here at Amsoil.
Inside the House is brought to you by Bullion RV.
Secret of Gabby's legacy, and there's no doubt that the legacy she's leaving will be remembered in Bulldog history for years and years to come. We'll get to see more from her and the rest of the Bulldogs as they take on St. Cloud State right after the break.
Welcome back, everyone. Amsoil Arena, the final 20 minutes of the regular season, scheduled 20 minutes of the regular season to come. Here's what's happened after 2 periods of play. 1 goal by the Bulldogs. Shots on net, 18-11 in favor of the Bulldogs. Face-offs, exactly even. Power plays, Bulldogs, of course, converted on theirs. St. Cloud State, 4 penalty minutes, and consequently, that's how the Bulldogs scored. Let's check that out. Look at that. From her knees, she caught up. Hughes to Rogi to Bell. The captain rings the bell. And just like that, 1-0 Bulldogs power play goal for Ashton. That's her 11th of the year, 9th assist of the year for Rogie, 30th assist for Gabby Hughes, now has 207 points. And she has again been nominated for a Hockey Humanitarian Award. And she was last year, she was a top 3 finalist last year. And what she does with Sophie's squad and bringing awareness and fundraising opportunities to Sophie's squad to help out mental health and is amazing what she does. So what Gabby does here on the ice is phenomenal. What she does in the community and with Sophie's squad and her family and friends in that organization is absolutely, look at that, and waving to her young fans all at the same time. That is phenomenal. That's what Gabby does. She does it with a smile on her face, and she leads this team. Gabby Hughes, number 17, and hopefully a lot of postseason hockey ahead for her and the Bulldogs. Again, they'll be back here in postseason play in 2 weeks. And then after that, it's the WCHA final face-off in the Twin Cities. And then the NCAA tournament, which will culminate right here March 17th and 19th. And that Bulldog coaching staff certainly wants to be back here for that, March 17th and 19th. But first things first, 20 minutes of hockey. Bulldogs, Huskies. This is where we were yesterday and went in not only into overtime, but into a shootout. So we'll see what happens here in the next 20. It's the last scheduled 20 minutes of the regular season here at home. Glad you could join us here on My Nine Sports. Going to take some opportunities during this period to thank a lot of people, the My Nine staff here at Amsoil Arena, UMD Athletic Communications staff, everybody at Amsoil for helping us out all season long. I know we got plenty of hockey to come and plenty of My Nine Sports yet, but it happens. It takes a lot of cooperation, and we're fortunate to have a lot of cooperation from the folks at UMD and Amsoil Arena, back at My Nine at the station and Northern News Now. We'd like to thank everybody, and let's just do that right now. Thank everybody for making My Nine Sports the opportunity where we can share it with you, the passions of the Bulldogs and the fans, and great action on the courts and the football field, the volleyball courts, on the ice. And we'll have basketball for you next weekend up at Romano Gym. I'd like to thank everybody from Amsoil and UMD and all our fine sponsors that made these broadcasts possible. Thank you so very, very, very much for tuning in. Huskies, Himlarova. Himlarova starting the attack for St. Cloud. Crossed the line, can't get a shot away though, as Stewart was there. Shot from the point, Soderberg holds on, and there'll be a face-off to her right. Emma Soderberg for the Bulldogs. Emma, of course, graduate student here for UMD, 8 shutouts this year. Like to add to those totals, 16-8-2 this year. 49 wins. She'd like to get to that 50-point mark, if at all possible today. Some phenomenal goalkeepers over the years here at UMD, and she ranks right up there with what she's accomplished. No question about it. Shot just missed the mark, high and wide. And here come the Bulldogs. Kraus. Up ahead. Davis. Ellie Hanley lost the puck, lost the handle. Davis, Baskin. Back over to Ross. Picked off by St. Cloud. Volk had an opportunity, lost it. Now Volk gets it back again. Volk still has it. Scribner shot high and wide. Goes in the corner there for the Bulldogs. That is Henderson. Back to Gentry. Gentry tried to get a pass up ahead to Volk. That didn't connect. Baskin is there for UMD. And now McMahon has it. She goes down. Bulldogs should be able to clear it here, hopefully. And they do. There's a tip by, and we'll have a icing with a break in the action. We'll take a break as well here from one of our fine sponsors. 17:39 to go. Bulldogs lead at 1-0 here in the third period.
Choose Ogston's Body and Paint when your car needs repairs.
Stay tuned. Senior program following. following the game here. Bring you some of that. 9 seniors, they've accomplished so much. Of course, the last couple of years just getting to the Frozen Four, but that's just the beginning of all their accomplishments. All with a shot, and we have a whistle and penalty. Body checking call, so penalty on the Bulldogs, I believe. No, Huskies. Lind for body checking. Take another look. Oh, yeah, there it is right there. Flaherty goes down. So Lind in penalty box. So that's their 3rd penalty for 6 minutes. They also had 3 yesterday. Bulldogs only with 1, Van Weeren so far. So the Bulldogs back on the power play. Bulldogs power play 24%. Penalty kill for the Huskies at 88%. And their penalty is on Taylor Lind. Both goals for the Bulldogs this weekend have been power play goals. Let's see if that recipe works out yet again. Nyland, and puck's going to go out of play, 17-15 to go. So Lind for body checking. There's Gabby right there. 5th all-time in Bulldog scoring. There's been some phenomenal athletes worn that Bulldog jersey. She ranks right up there. 5th all-time in scoring. And far from done yet. Hopefully a lot of playoff games. Van Weeren. Just 2 more regular season games for Gabby in the senior class next weekend at Bemidji. Huskies return home to take on Minnesota State, which, by the way, last I checked, 4-0 Minnesota State leading Bemidji in the 3rd period. Flaherty fakes the shot. Rogie in front. There's Ashton. She does it again. Bell rings the bell from Rogie. Another power play goal. Bell has 2. Rogie 2 assists. Ashton, Bell. Flaherty will get an assist. There's Rogie's shot, and then Bell finishes it off. Shovels it in for Ashton Bell. That is her 2nd goal of the game. Alexis Beckett talked to her after the 2nd period. Be where your feet are, she said. Right, Alexis? Those feet shove the puck in the net. She told us the recipe for this 3rd period. Be where your feet are. That's where her feet were. And there it is, Ashton Bell, 2nd tally of the game. They might be reviewing this for a player in the crease. Was she in a crease, and did she interfere? So, interesting. Interesting now to see what goaltender interference would be. And if the goalies now take a look at that. So there's Rogie, there's Bell outside the circle. Oh yeah, that's, I mean, she went in, but the puck was in there and she makes no contact there with, yeah, that's a golden goal there for the Bulldogs. According to me. I am no official here, but Bell was in there, but she didn't make contact. The puck was there. Made no contact with a hole. I don't see why that would not stand myself. Yeah, I mean, there's no question she's in there. Now, to the letter of the law, she's in there but makes absolutely no contact. And there's goaltender interference rules there. Impairs the goaltender's ability to finish. She didn't even touch her. So, may be allowed. So we'll see. The officials are talking about it. There's no question she's in there when the puck goes in there. She made no contact with a Ahola. And the decision has been made. The officials coming back on the ice. Let's see what they say.
After further review, it will be determined that there was a hand pass that led directly to the goal, therefore we have no goal.
All right, a hand pass. I must admit I didn't see that close enough. I don't know where that took place. I don't know if we can see the replay again. I don't know where the hand pass took place. If it was earlier, Rogie shot. Clearly, I don't think there was any hand pass there. Okay, I don't see a hand pass there. There's Rogie. I guess I'm perplexed and puzzled. If any hand hit it, it would have been a St. Cloud State hand, I think. It was hit right. Yeah, I guess I don't have an answer for you. Now is UMD challenging it. I don't know if you could challenge. I must admit, they said hand pass. At least I thought he heard him say the hand pass, and I didn't see a hand there. This is interesting, unless it was a different rule. I thought they were going in for goalie interference. Clearly that was not the case. Unless there was a hand pass earlier in the possession. It's the only thing I can think of. We'd have to bring it back. Wow. Now is UMD challenging the hand pass. That's the only thing I can only guess it. Oh, all right. Okay. I take that all back. That was a hand pass. It goes off. It clearly goes off Hughes' glove, and then the first one it touches is a Bulldog. So if they go all the way back to that point, they're spot on. That was a hand pass, and I agree with them. So a nice job by our crew there. And if that's the case, then Hughes jumped up in the air and knocked it down, and right went to a Bulldog. That is the correct call then. Nice job by our crew. That is phenomenal work, by the way. And when I was thanking, everybody, our sponsors and UMD, again, this My Nine crew, week in, week out, fabulous job. And we just saw it right there. They spotted something I didn't see. And thank you to the entire crew that's been with us since the kickoff of the football season to today. And I know we're not done yet, but so that goal is negated. Clearly the official now can UMD challenge something? I don't know. It's again, I haven't gone this deep into the record books to find out what the challenge the Bulldogs could challenge for, but the officials are doing a lot of speaking here. Everybody's getting some rest, including Lynn, still in the penalty box. So this goal has been negated on the. Maybe Alexis. I don't know if Alexis knows anything or been hearing anything, or Alexis, can you add anything?
It seems right now what they're discussing is what should be displayed on the time clock and the penalty clock as well. So I think that the call will continue to stand, but it's just a matter of the clock over here.
Thank you for clarification. That makes perfect sense then, because what Alexis just said then is the play is whistled down at the blue line when Bell touched it and not when the goal went in. So you're looking at an extra 10 seconds, 12 seconds, right, Alexis? Yeah. So you're looking at another time change. That, again, makes perfect sense. Thank you very much, Alexis. Great insight there down rinkside. Alexis Beckett, fabulous job with us this year. There's Mark Kroll. Mark Kroll getting 146 wins, seeking that 150. That makes perfect sense. That the play is then whistled down when Bell touched it. So thank you, Alexis Beckett, with that insight. Great job by our crew, by the way. So when they first went in, I thought it was goalie interference. I thought that's what they were reviewing. So the Bulldog power play continues, and we'll take that Bell goal off the board. Everybody's well rested, though. Van Weeren down low. Hughes, Gabby, will she get it herself? Rogie, no. Flaherty, Hughes. Flaherty. One-timer, Van Weeren, Hughes, saved. Rogie, can she get it in? Oh, and it goes off the shoulder of Ahola. Drops right back in front of her. Hughes sends it wide. They're trying to get that goal back. They got 45 seconds to do so. What a flurry here by this unit. A lot of them are senior. Are they all seniors? They're all seniors except for Van Weeren. And now St. Cloud clears it and sends it all the way down. So in case you just joined us here, a no goal by the Bulldogs' Ashton Bell because of a hand pass. Gabby Hughes had jumped up, knocked and deflected the puck clearly. Bell was the first one to touch it. Flaherty then got it to Rogie and then back to Bell, who eventually scored, negate it. And then the second review was the time, because then the play is ruled dead when Bell touches it at the blue line. Great insight by Alexis, thank you. Baskin over to Hanley. Penalty's about to expire, and just like that, it's still a one-goal game, just like yesterday, folks. This one went into a shootout yesterday. And again, St. Cloud just one shot away from tying this game up. Only 12 shots on net, but again, just one goal away. So that insurance goal by Bell does not hold. Past the 5 minutes in here. It's been an exciting 5 minutes. A lot going on the ice, but still the same score, 1-0. Ross behind the net. Over to Linzer, picks it off. Linzer for the Bulldogs. Davis is there. Back to Linzer. Mary Kate tries to take a shot. That's knocked down by Ross. Mary Kate O'Brien. And Davis. Davis sends it behind the net. Mary Kate trying to get it. Furman sends it to the open ice. So this group is Linzer, O'Brien, and Davis. And Davis heads off to make a change. Furman over to Linzer. Linzer at the dot. Linzer trying to get a shot away. Can't. Tied up. Himlerova took it away from her. And a scramble comes back out to Furman. O'Brien's going to skate to the bench. Another change for the Bulldogs. There's Gabby. Now 5th all-time. Bulldogs scoring with that assist on the opening goal. St. Cloud comes away with it. Himlerova to Cornelius, but no. Flaherty walks in. Flaherty to Van Weeren. Rebound. And the Bulldogs couldn't convert, but they keep it in the zone. Bell, Ashton, that deflects off a couple of bodies, goes into the corner. Wow. They want to get that second goal. I'm going to put that second goal back on the board. Gabby's got to wait, pick up her stick. Now does. Flaherty over to Van Weeren. 2 Bulldogs in front of the net, and then one deflects into the corner. Bell there. That's Anderson out there as well. Now Gabby's coming off. Flaherty. Anderson with a shot. That deflects just high and wide. Rebound, side of the net. Rebound, loose puck. Van Weeren is there. Scramble by the Bulldogs. McMahon back to Van Weeren. Oh, that came out of the zone. That'll be offsides. Okay, we're in that zone for a long time. And this will be a hand pass now again. Yeah, we had one before. We'll have one now. So that was a hand pass. Break of the action. We'll take a break. 1-0 Bulldogs. Back with much, much more. We come back. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on Monday Night Sports. If you can't be at the games, Hoops Brewing in Canal Park is the next place to be. Selection of over 20 beers means something for everyone to enjoy. Plus, they're always got the big game on the big screen. Hoops Brewing, an official watch site of UMD Hockey. Hoops Brewing in Canal Park. I think we may have a little miscommunication there on a hand pass. Anyway, we're back to action. 12:13 to go. There might be a break here. The next whistle, we'll find out. And if there is, $12 minutes to go here in regulation. Right to the net, Nyland did. Couldn't get a shot away. Ross will take one. That's deflected. Rebound. Nyland with the opportunity. That whistled wide. Great chance there by Nyland. There's a shot. That misses the net. Goes into the corner. Joe Smith there. 11:35 to go. McMahon across the line. Mania McMahon. McMahon still with it. Linzer. Baskin. Baskin shot. Never got through. Ross tipped it out of there. Nyland. No, Svar, excuse me. That hit bench there. That might have been. Now do we have a break? Either way, let's step aside here from our sponsor. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Bulldog Women's Hockey on Monday Night Sports.
Want to increase your brand awareness? Look no further than Soda Signs and Graphics.
Good look at the captain, Gabby Hughes, now 5th all-time. in Bulldog scoring all by herself. 1 point yesterday, 1 point today. Puts her all alone at 207 points, surpassing Haley Irwin for the Bulldogs. Icing on St. Cloud, 10:52 to go. This is the end. This is our final regular season meeting of the year between these two teams. They could very well be meeting again back here in 2 weeks. Bulldogs knocked them off 2-0 and 5-1 in St. Cloud back in November. Tied 1-1 last night with the Bulldogs winning the shootout, so they're 9-0-2 against the Huskies in the last 11 games. Hughes taking the draw. Hughes gets to it, but tried to get it to Van Weeren. She couldn't get a handle on it. Van Weeren in the corner. Van Weeren in front, and that'll be Scribner that'll be able to get it out of there. Scribner up ahead to Gentry. Gentry across the line, and it's offside on St. Cloud State with 10:37 to go. Bulldogs 28-3 overall, 14-8-3 in league play. Maura Cole in her 8th year, been back-to-back Frozen Four appearances for this coaching staff. You look at Scribner there. Addie Scribner out of Woodbury. Face off in front of the Bulldog bench. Should mention Emma Soderberg, semifinalist for Goaltender of the Year by the Hockey Commissioners Association. Semifinalist for that award. Will be announced March 17th through the 19th will be the finalists on the Frozen Four weekend. Hughes. Nice move by Gabby. Gabby at the dot. Couldn't get a shot away. Good defense there by Ross, who's the WCHA Defensive Player of the Week. Lind up ahead. Lind finds Hall. Hall lost it. There's Van Weeren. Van Weeren was going the opposite way, though, when she got the puck, so had to regroup. Flaherty. Anderson. Back to Flaherty. Halfway through this third period, Bulldogs lead at 1-0. Rogie. Linzer. Linzer across the line. Leads the team in goal scoring this year. See if she can add to those totals. Not on that play. McMahon. And so Ahola makes that save. Sonny Ahola makes that save on Mania McMahon. Stewart on the wing. McMahon there. Rogie with a shot. That deflects. McMahon couldn't get to the rebound. Rogie. That's knocked down by St. Cloud. Nyland. Here comes Nyland the other way. Nyland has Cornelius with her. Nyland still has it high slot. Nyland shot. Soderberg the save. Goes into the corner. We got a penalty here, I believe, on the Bulldogs for interference or tripping or something to that effect. And with that, there should be a break in the action, and there is. A penalty, I believe, on the Bulldogs. Stay tuned. We'll tell you all about it when we come back. Bulldogs lead 1-0. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on My Nine Sports.
It's time for the My Nine Sports Bulldog Fan of the Week. This week's fan is Stacy Swanson. For your chance to be Fan of the Week, post your photos on the My Nine Sports Facebook page or email them to kbjr-my9sports@gray.tv. Fans who submit their photos this season who aren't chosen will be automatically entered into next season's drawing. The My Nine Sports Bulldog Fan of the Week is brought to you by the Duluth Tap Exchange and the Tap on the Tower.
Thank you very much, Alexis Beckett, helping us out ringside. She'll have a post-game interview for us as well. Rogie, does it go in? No. Hola makes another stop. Bulldogs already have one power play goal. They had another one that was nullified on a power play, and now looking to add to that. Rogie across the line to Bell. Captain Bell, she's got one. She had one taken off the board this period. Van Weeren, and then St. Cloud clears it all the way down. So the penalty is on Cornelius for St. Cloud. Allie Cornelius out of St. Cloud. Hanley right on net, and Ahola makes that save. Cleared and sent all the way down by the Huskies. Huskies penalty kill at 88%, so they're doing a good job there for Brian Adolski's team at 88%. Bulldogs power play coming into the weekend, 24%. Again, this was just like yesterday, one goal game late in the game. St. Cloud tied it. That puck hit a Bulldog stick that was on the ice, unfortunately, to Kraus, and now they have to regroup here with just 36 seconds to go. Job Smith over to Hanley. Wolf in the corner, happy to kill some time there. Kraus to Bell, 23 seconds. Lind with some pressure there. Ashton comes back to Flaherty as the Bulldogs make a line change during the shift. Bell. Van Weeren. Two Bulldogs out in front. Ashton walks it close to the net. Rogie, 5 seconds to go. Shot, rebound, Bell is there. Ahola was down. Nobody could get a puck in the net though. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Wolf's going to get there first for St. Cloud to Cornelius, just out of the box. Cornelius, pass up ahead. There she finds Bulger to Nyland. Emma makes that save, steers in the corner to Ashton Bell. 6:47 to go. Rogie across the line. Rogie to Hughes. (30-14) shots on net. 30-14. Bulldogs had 44 yesterday. Last night. Time now, break in the action. Let's take a break as well on the ice scene. 6:30 to go, 1-0 Bulldogs. Let's hear from one of our fine sponsors.
We'd love to see you in downtown Duluth at Mainstream Fashions for Men.
Look at the Bulldog bench. Last time for the regular season this year. We'll be back in 2 weeks for the playoffs. And it could very likely be the St. Cloud State Huskies. See how things play out in the final weekend of play. Bulldogs will go to Bemidji. Could either be Bulldogs go to Bemidji next weekend. It could either be then for the playoffs. I think Minnesota State or St. Cloud are the two opportunities, depending on how all the numbers pan out here at the end of the regular season. But one option is these Huskies could be right back here in 2 weeks. O'Brien goes down. Two Huskies also go down. Linzer. Himlarova. Himlarova out of the zone to Scribner. Scribner across the line. Anderson had it, lost it. Furman there for the Bulldogs. Back to O'Brien. 5.5 to go. Puck out to neutral ice. Wolf has it there. Baskin. Mary Kate had it, lost it. Bulldogs want to get out of their zone, and they do. 5 minutes remaining in the regular season here at home. Bulldogs, of course, going on the road next weekend, but the home last 5 minutes, we're inside that mark. Stewart sends it right back in. Bulldogs going to complete a line change. 30-14 shots on net, as you can see. Huskies have taken 4 penalties. Bulldogs just 1. Anderson's shot, that's deflected. You had 3 Huskies right there defensively. Cornelius on the wing. Volk. Gentry. Puck goes over to Lind. Huskies are making a line change. Gabby Hughes. Gabby, 5th all-time in scoring. Try to get the puck back to Stewart. That was deflected. She had some momentum there. I thought maybe they'd have an opportunity. 3:53 to go. Clock also a factor here for the Huskies. Each team still has a timeout remaining. Rogie for the Bulldogs. Rogie, great pass to McMahon. McMahon cuts to the net. Ross steers it behind the net defensively. Huskies cleared out, 3:34 to go. Rogie crossed the line. Rogie shot. Sonny Ahola makes the save and holds on, and we're breaking the action with 3:26. We'll take a break as well. Bulldogs lead it 1-0. Back after this, you're watching Bulldog Hockey on My Nine Sports. Need a sweet Valentine's Day gift? Bulldog gear is great for anyone. UMD Stores gift cards are always the right size. Visit UMD Stores on campus or online anytime. UMDstores.com. UMDstores.com, proud sponsors of Bulldog Athletics. I'd like to thank all our sponsors all year long. Started off with football and volleyball, and hockey, men's and women's. Do some basketball next weekend for you. Thank you to everybody that makes that possible, including our corporate partners, Essentia Health and Kohler Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and Cadillac. Scramble in front. Comes Rogie. Less than 3 minutes to go in the regular season. The women's Frozen Four will be here, so the final game in women's college hockey will be determined March 17th to the 19th here, and Bulldogs certainly like to be part of a lot of postseason play, but regular season comes to an end here, and they're going to honor their seniors. We'll have that for you following the game. Gabby Hughes couldn't get a shot away there, but she is 5th all-time, and might have a chance to talk to her following the game with our Alexis Beckett. We'll find out here. And so the last 2:22 St. Cloud pulls their goaltender, so we'll see what happens here with the extra attacker now for the Huskies. See if the Bulldogs can get the open net goal. Ashton Bell off the plexiglass. And here comes Anderson. Taylor Anderson. Goal! Bulldogs! Taylor time. 10th of the year. Ashton Bell with the assist. And the Bulldogs lead it 2-0 inside 3 minutes to go. Anderson from Bell. Bell made a smart play off the plexiglass down the ice. Anderson used her speed and tallied it home into the empty net. Again, I go back to that conversation Alexis Beckett had just last period with Ashton Bell. And Ashton says, be where your feet are. Don't worry about what's ahead. And for Ashton, it was playing the puck off the plexiglass down the ice to her teammate who could then score. Timeout has been called by St. Cloud State, trailing 2-0. Alexis, you remember that? Let's go down to Alexis. We got a little bit of a break here. She's in between the two benches. And Alexis, that was the direct quote from Ashton, wasn't it? Be where your feet are. And since then, she had a goal that's been nullified and now a fantastic assist, wasn't she?
Absolutely, being exactly where her feet are. And after that goal was taken off the board, I just want to say how excited still these players remain. They said, you know what, it's okay. We'll get another one. We'll do it again. So amazing to see seniors rallying together and just making sure they get the win here on senior day.
And look at that, they're rallying their sticks right there on cue, Alexis. And hopefully you get a chance to talk to Gabby Hughes, depending on how things go here in the last 2:06. Gabby, of course, 5th all-time. But Bell's going to get an assist on that goal, played it off the plexiglass. Thank you, Alexis, with that great insight. Alexis Beckett there for the Bulldogs on that interview with Ashton Bell. And ever since she said that, be where your feet are, Ashton had a goal that was nullified, and now this assist. And her feet have been all over the ice here with these skates. She's been dominant all over. So Ahola is back in the net. Sonny Ahola, there she is there. You can see about to skate back off the bench to the bench once they take possession, which they do, and now she goes back to the bench. So even though it's 2-0, we'll get the official score, and here it is. It'll be Anderson, Taylor Anderson.
Her 10th goal of the season and 25th of her career, number 5, Taylor Anderson.
Ross fires it.
Number 26, Ashton
Bell with an assist.
And number 29, Maggie.
And Flaherty, another senior.
Anderson from Bell.
All seniors on that scoring as well. A graduate student. Anderson, Bell, and Flaherty, all seniors. Bell, Hughes, and Rogie, all seniors. All 6 points, all seniors today on senior day. Again, Rogie, fantastic performance. There she is there for the Bulldogs. What she's done for this team. Rogie had an assist on the first goal. Rogie with 16 points, 109 for her career. And inching closer and closer to the most games played.
On the list of all-time defensemen scores for UMD.
Rogie is, as far as games played, she played 2 more this weekend. So she now has 161. The all-time record is Anna Klein at 165. So if she stays healthy, she will tie that record. She'll play 2 next weekend. That puts her at 163. 165 will be the WCHA playoffs. She could potentially break that empty net, and that one just missed the mark, so it's icing on the Bulldogs with 1:12 to go. And we'll come all the way down. Again, while we have a break here, again, thank you to everybody back at the station at Northern News Now. Great features by the entire sports staff, all the support from the newsroom, everybody that's been involved from the sales staff to the engineering staff. I don't want to forget anybody, the programming staff, everybody back in the studios that have been so supportive of our efforts this year. I know we're not done. We still have basketball and men's hockey yet, but thank you to everyone back at the station, everybody with UMD Athletic Communications, all our sponsors that make this possible, the crew here at Amsoil Arena. So many thank yous to make this all possible. Just 1 minute to go in the regular season here. Himlarova. Himlarova drops it off. Savar. Nyland back to Wolf. 48 seconds away. There's a shot, missed the net. Emma Soderberg with 49 wins in a Bulldog jersey. Seeking number 50. That shot goes into the corner. 35 seconds to go. Again, an empty net by St. Cloud. Shots are 32-15. This defense by the Bulldogs has been phenomenal the last few games. Allowing just 1 goal yesterday. Last weekend, a shutout against Minnesota State. They've gone now 3 periods away from a potential shutout. Still not over with yet. If I'm doing my math right, that's 8 periods of hockey. They've allowed 1 goal. 1 goal for the Bulldogs they have allowed in the past 3 games. That's right, 1 goal. That's how well they're playing defensively. If you can continue to do that, your stay in the postseason hopefully will be a lengthy one. Don't give up any goals. And defense is what this team has been doing the last 3 games. Linzer, 15 seconds away. 10 seconds. One of the keys to the game was making Senior Day special. All the seniors have been involved. All the seniors have picked up another win in a Bulldog jersey on Senior Day. A shutout for Emma Soderberg, yet another. 9th of the year. She leads the NCAA in active goaltenders in that category. Another shutout for Emma Soderberg. The Bulldogs win it 2-0. Another phenomenal game by UMD. Unbelievable defense by this team. And Emma Soderberg climbs the list of shutouts for UMD. And maybe we can hear from both Emma Soderberg and Gabby Hughes if we get that opportunity. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll hear some interviews. We'll give you the senior presentation. The Bulldogs win it 2-0. And the Bulldogs make Senior Day a very special one. Back with more to wrap things up here on the Senior Day after this on My Nine Sports. With that 2-0 win, Emma Soderberg now with 20 career shutouts, tying the all-time school record with Kayla Black. And again, amazing performance by Emma Soderberg, her defense, team defense, as the Bulldogs get the win. Mark Kroll is downstairs now with our Alexis Beckett. Alexis, take it away, 2-0. A lot of smiles on Senior Day. Alexis, take it away.
Absolutely, a lot of smiles today. You guys got the tie yesterday, obviously, and today the win. What was the difference today?
Yeah, I think our game plan was very similar, but I thought we brought it. I liked our second period quite a bit. We were slow in the first, but second period came alive and carried that into the third and got some good goals at the right time.
Absolutely. Now, obviously, it's senior day, and you talked earlier this week in the press conference saying you don't even really remember what it's like to coach with some of these seniors. Talk to me about how special the relationship is that you've built with these women.
Yeah, I love that group. They've been through so much with us. You know, I talked about it in the locker room. Some of them were here when we had sub 500 seasons. And kids in the locker room can't even imagine what that was like. So it's a journey, and they have so much to be proud of. And the way that we're playing now and where this program is at is because of them.
Absolutely. And you said so much to be proud of. You said also this is going to be a long presentation. There's so many accolades that these women have accumulated. How does it feel to know that you've been a part of the development of these women?
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. They make my life so much brighter and better, and it's fun working with them every day. And this ceremony will be a long one, but they deserve it.
Obviously, last regular season game here on this ice. You guys know you'll be back, but you're headed to Bemidji next week. What is something you want to carry on into next week?
Yeah, just the confidence and momentum and playing good Bulldog hockey. I think, you know, it's a long season and just the ebbs and the flows, and I want to be flowing and peaking at the right time. So looking for another good weekend out of us at Bemidji.
All right, thank you so much, and congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
There you have it. Just like you said, Tom, all smiles from head coach Mark Kroll and the rest of the girls. We're going to try to get Gabby and Emma Soderberg here to talk about how they feel about this special senior day. A long presentation, like you said, like everybody is so excited to celebrate these women.
Alexis, I think we're going to let them do their celebration, I think. I know that I know Gabby came over there, but go ahead, take it. I know you. Sorry about the miscommunication here. We've got a special senior feature, and let's just, why don't you, Alexis, just go ahead and pitch to that, and then let them have their program here, if you will.
You know, like Maura has talked just a little bit about her relationship that she's built with these women. And in this sit down, you'll get to see, you know, a little bit more of the relationship between these women. Absolutely amazing. And you can tell how much love goes in throughout this program. So her and the captain sat down with our Alexis Bass and Kevin Moore.
Thank you, Alexis.
You guys we've talked about all season, the impact. Maura just said the impact of the world, the community. But every time we're in a press conference with these women, your players, they're always pointing back and talking about the impact that you've had on them. Did you ever dream as a coach that you would have this kind of impact and influence on each one of these women as they leave to go out and do other things besides that?
That's it. You're going to make me emotional. I mean, that's really what made me want to be a coach, was to be able to work with young women and build confidence in young women and push them beyond what they would push themselves and make them into the best hockey players that they can be, more importantly, the best people that they can be. And these are two fantastic examples on either side of me. I can't wait to see what they go on to do in their lives, but I'm certainly going to soak up every minute that I have with them this semester, because these guys, you know, we talk about how they've been here for 5 years. That's over half of my career here too. And then you go into the recruiting phase, and so most of my career at UMD includes these guys. And it's hard to put into words what that means to me as a person and a coach. But what I've learned, you know, what I've gotten out of this is from them too. You know, it's my impact on them, but it's their impact on me.
And I was actually just going to ask you about that. As a coach, your job, of course, is to teach and to grow these players. But inevitably, whether you admit it or not, they also help you grow, and you learn so much from them. So are there certain things that you've drawn from these two specifically, or any of your fifth years, that you know that you'll hold with you for quite some bit of time?
Oh, my goodness. So many things. I think communication. Ani loves feedback, wants it in the moment, whether it's good, whether it's bad. And so I think is one of the best communicators I've ever been around as a young woman. She comes into my office every other day with something to say, whether it's about my baby Blake, whether it's about something going on in Sweden, whether it's about something she saw on TV, or something to do with hockey. And that open door environment that we have here, I think, is really comfortable for players. And she also reaches out to me and makes me interact more because, coaches, we get into practice planning and whatever else we might be doing. But I love that she pops in like that.
It's also a gift to be able to play with your best friends every single day. And only a small percentage of the entire country in college athletics get the opportunity to do that. So can you guys reflect on that, especially in this last semester?
I'm just filled with gratitude to be able to come here with the people that we have and the facilities that we have. It's so nice, and to just sit back and think about that and soak that in every day. I feel like that's like a huge motivation because we don't have a lot of time left together, so it makes me want to make the most of it for sure.
Yeah, we're definitely lucky and fortunate to be able to be here, and obviously we all we stayed for a 5th year because we don't want to leave this place. We have everything we need. We have this group, we have this leadership from our coaches, we have these facilities. So I don't think you can beat college hockey in this way and UMD as a program.
Yeah, for sure.
Including 5 game-winning goals.
So right now, being introduced is Taylor Anderson, number 5, for the Bulldogs, hugging all her teammates. Number 5, Taylor Anderson. Anderson, coincidentally enough, has got the last goal of the regular season here, the empty netter from Bell and Flaherty. That was Anderson's 10th of the year at 17:54 from Bell and Flaherty. And she is one of the seniors being honored here. There's Taylor Anderson, graduate student out of Eagan, Minnesota. And the thing about all these seniors, some of them are going to graduate school. I should say some of them. I think most of them are going to graduate school, and which is really amazing as Hoagie gets the hug and the coaching staff as well. And Taylor Anderson, phenomenal player for UMD, wearing jersey number 5. She was the first senior honored here tonight. And again, that's this family. Oh, and they get a nice little gift as well. Oh, that's fantastic. There's the family of Anderson, number 5. You can see them getting the hugs from mom and dad and the family. So, again, a lot of work to get these athletes not only to college but through here, and a lot of work from the families over the years. And so, fantastic. Naomi Rogie now being introduced, number 9. Naomi, and Naomi, I don't know if there's enough words to describe what she's had to overcome in her 6 years as a Bulldog. Naomi, she's a graduate student and just amazing from Eden Prairie, Minnesota. 32 games this year, 161 for her career, 4 away from the all-time record for games played. And, of course, she had an assist on the game-winning goal here today, as it was Hughes to Rogie to Bell, and Bell had the game-winning goal. And, again, that coming back at 15:52, and you can see the smiles, you can see the tears, and she was tearing up as we had talked about on the press conference on Wednesday. She knew this day was coming, and it's been a big part of her life, and she said she almost doesn't remember life without being in a Bulldog jersey because it's meant so much, her friendships, and both the coach and Naomi, and great to see a smile and those happy tears as well over the course of her career for UMD. But Naomi certainly has been an impact player for this program. 16 points this year, 109 for her career, and Naomi is now just 4 games away from tying UMD's all-time games played. Naomi Rogie now hugging all the family members she has with her as well, and all the best to her. A fabulous lacrosse player too, by the way, and does some coaching in the community as well, or has been in the future. So
this junior captain has been a steady presence for the Bulldogs off and on the ice, despite suffering a season-ending injury midway through her junior campaign.
Kylie Hanley had also some injury challenges like Rogie did, and actually missed a few games just recently. Amazing career she's had. Bulldog captain, 5th-year senior, out of Minnetonka, coming in 14 points into the weekend for her. Phenomenal job. 14 points, 53 points this year, 151 games played for Kylie Hanley. And again, hugs to all her teammates, all the support staff, coaching staff as well. Kylie Hanley for the Bulldogs, captain, 5th year. Again, overcoming quite a bit in her career as well, throughout her career. And Kylie Hanley being honored for the Bulldogs, the 3rd Bulldog. And again, this is not it for this group. They're going to be back for the WCHA playoffs in 2 weeks. Civil engineering major, Annika Linzer. I mean, what they're doing both in the classroom, and not just her, but everybody, is simply amazing. From Lino Lakes, Minnesota, 5th-year senior Annika Linzer wearing number 13. We just heard from her on the feature that Alexis Bass and Kevin Moore and Alexis Beckett worked on. Linzer and her contributions for the team. Leads the goal scorers this year. 16 goals, leading goal scorer of this team. 5'10", 5th-year senior out of Lino Lakes, Minnesota. She has now played in 158 games herself, 92 points for her. And again, all the scoring came from seniors today on Senior Day. Bell, Rogie, Hughes, Anderson, Bell, and Flaherty. All senior scoring line today for the Bulldogs. How appropriate on Senior Day. So Annika Linzer for the Bulldogs, the 4th senior to be honored. And many deciding to come back because they got to the Frozen Four last year and didn't win it, but they want to. That's 2 trips to the Frozen Four in the last 2 years, and there's some unfinished business. And this one is a teacher. She's teaching on the ice, in the classroom, and what she has done is simply amazing. And is not done yet. Gabby Hughes being introduced, number 17, captain Gabby Hughes. Gabby had an assist on the game-winning goal back in the 2nd period. She was up for the Player of the Year award last year, the Patty Kazmaier Award. Hockey humanitarian finalist as well a year ago. And these are honors that you get not only for play on your ice, but what you do in the community, what you do in school, what you do outside of hockey. And what she has done is simply amazing with Sophie's Squad. And the awareness for mental health and the fundraising for Sophie's Squad and mental health awareness, and what she has done for that program and how important mental health is. And what she has done, and then on top of it, excel in hockey. 5th all-time leading scorer. It's amazing what she has done, what she has accomplished in her career. 158 games, 207 points, 80 goals. It's the accomplishments, not only for her, but this entire senior group is simply outstanding. And with a smile on her face. And yes, there's been some challenges over the years, but wow. Gabby Hughes, 5th all-time in Bulldog scoring. And just to tell you, here's the list that goes with that list. Jenny Potter, Olympian, USA. Maria Ruth, Olympian, Sweden. Carolyn Willett, Olympian, Canada. Hane Sikio, also Olympian. Haley Irwin, also an Olympian with Canada. Now she's in that list. She's now surpassed Haley Irwin. So when you talk about points and what you're accomplished over the years, it's simply phenomenal, and she's not done yet. At least 4 more games, and hopefully a lot more for her and all these seniors. Now Ashton Bell being introduced. Ashton Bell for the Bulldogs. She's got the game-winning goal today. Game-winning goal at 15:52, a power play goal from Rogie and Hughes. She had another goal disallowed. And what she has done is simply amazing. One of the top scoring defensemen in team history, Ashton Bell. She started out as a forward. They moved her back to defense, and it's been a phenomenal transition. She played, of course, with Canada, won a gold medal. Ashton Bell, what she has done is simply amazing as well. fifth-year senior from Manitoba, 32 games this year, 157. And what this group has done is simply amazing over the years. And again, they're not done. Here's 3 All-Americans. Here's what they've accomplished. Besides winning 93 games, 3 All-Americans, 7 academic All-Americans, 1 Patty Kazmaier, top 3 finalists. 9 also includes 2 WCHA Players of the Year, 3 WCHA first-team selections, 2 WCHA second-team selections, 2 WCHA All-Rookie selections, 1 WCHA goaltending champion, 3 NCAA Frozen Four All-Tournament honorees, 1 hockey humanitarian finalist, 8 All-WCHA academic team members, 3 Olympians, 1 Olympic gold medalist. There's been a lot to celebrate with this group over the years. And the latest one is Maggie Flaherty. Maggie Flaherty for the Bulldogs is now being introduced for UMD. And what she has done is amazing. A graduate student, again, what they do in school on top of hockey. And again, Flaherty had an assist in the open net goal. So Flaherty's 12th assist. Taylor Anderson's goal from Bell and Flaherty. So Bell had a goal and an assist today on Senior Day, wearing number 29 for the Bulldogs. And what she has done, she has spent so much time on the ice defensively with that first pairing with Ashton Bell. They're all over the ice. They are constantly helping out each other. They are leaders on the ice, but also on this team. And this 9 group and Maggie Flaherty, and does also with a smile, as you heard earlier today in the broadcast in our In the House feature. She does it with lots of smiles at Maggie Flaherty for UMD. And again, congratulations to her. Maggie Flaherty for UMD. There's 3 more to go. This is a phenomenal group. And they've done so much over their time.
Will graduate in May of 22 with a degree of management. This goaltender is a postgraduate undergrad studying.
Emma Soderberg for UMD now being introduced, and she's played the Olympics. So Soderberg now, phenomenal what she has done. So Emma Soderberg now, she gets another win, another shutout. She's tied all-time with Kayla Black with 20 shutouts all-time for the Bulldogs. It's amazing what she has accomplished. She now has won another game, so she is at 50 games, 50 wins, 24 losses, 2 ties all-time. Lowered her goals against, which was 1.75, had a save percentage of 93%. She's a graduate student, and again came back for another year. She was one that could have moved on and opportunities in life and decided to come back, go to graduate school, and be part of this very special unit for UMD. And Emma Soderberg, 5'7" graduate student from Sweden, another Olympian, and what she has done is simply incredible. She's now a semifinalist for the Goaltender of the Year award. Amazing, amazing, amazing work. So that's phenomenal. And Emma Soderberg being honored now. Just 2 remaining for this special group of seniors who have won, by the way, 93 games. 93 games, 55 losses, 13 ties. They reached the national championship game last year, Frozen Four the year before that. That's 2. Blanca is now being introduced. Blanca for the Bulldogs. And Blanca Shukov, I want to get this right. Shukadova. Blanca Shukadova, the 3rd-string goaltender for the Bulldogs, now being introduced. This is her only year. She transferred from the University of Vermont on the Czech Republic national team. But again, she's being honored as well. And congratulations to her, Blanca being honored as well. Blanca Shukadova for the Bulldogs, and Shukadova being honored as well as one of the seniors. And
before we do that, let's join one more time in saluting and give a big round of applause
So there's the seniors being introduced. And they're going to get a group photo. And then with that, we'll wrap up our coverage. And our women's hockey coverage as it's scheduled for this year. And there's the parents and the seniors all being introduced. And again, Taylor Anderson, Maggie Flaherty, Gabby Hughes, Annika Linzer, Emma Soderberg, Naomi Rogi, Ashton Bell, Blanka Shukadova, Kylie Hanley, all amazing athletes. And 2-0 with the win here today over St. Cloud State. So all the families getting in with the great seniors in this group. A lot to be accomplished. This is just the start. They have to go on the road next weekend to Bemidji State. Then after that, they come home for the WCHA playoffs. After that, they hope to go to the WCHA final face-off and then the NCAA tournament where they are currently ranked 7th in the country. With the win, the Bulldogs are 21-8-3, 15-8-3 in conference play. St. Cloud State, ranked 12th in the country, drops to 16-16-1, 9-16-1 in league play. And we will we'll roll some highlights from today's game. Thank some folks here and call it a season. Zach will be back with the men's hockey call here in a couple of weeks. We'll have basketball for you next weekend. And if we've got the highlights here, and then we'll also take a look at the full screen of our next broadcast as well after this. And then we'll wrap things up as you look at some of the highlights. As we look at some of the highlights from the game today, Emma Soderberg, Ashton Bell with the game-winning goal. There it is right there. That is your game-winning goal. 11th of the year from Rogi and Hughes at 15:52. And then Taylor Anderson from Bell and Flaherty, the open net goal. But Soderberg with another shutout. She gets 50 wins. Bulldogs thought they had another goal, but that one was nullified with a hand pass. So our crew did a great job. There's the second goal. That one did count, the Taylor Anderson goal. A lot of smiles there as the Bulldogs get the win 2-0. The crew here doing an outstanding job. Thank you, everyone back at the station. Thanks to our corporate sponsors that make these all possible. And that, of course, is Essentia Health and Kohler, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and Cadillac. Here's our next broadcast. We've got basketball coming up, men's and women's basketball next weekend against Bemidji State from Romano Gym. And then we'll be back here in a couple of weeks. We'll have men's hockey for you, the Bulldogs and Miami. For the entire crew here at Amsoil Arena, for everybody back at the station, for Bulldog Athletics, we'd like to thank everybody that makes this possible. Thank you for tuning in. Wow, what a game, what a senior group as they're still being honored here with a video tribute. Have a great night, and most of all, keep smiling, Northland. Have a great day.